I was having a discussion with some newer producers and clients, and I decided to make a video on 6 things that I see beginner producers make. If you're curious, stay tuned. Hello everyone, and welcome to Distinct Mastering. My name is Freddie. I'm a mastering engineer, producer, DJ, and president of Sleeping Giant Music. For over 2 decades, I've helped artists grow their careers, and now I'm here to help you with your music production skills. If you like my content, please hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and the bell notification will keep you up to date. Now let's talk about 6 mistakes that I see beginner producers make. Okay, the first mistake that I often see is using bad sounds. You must use quality sounds to get quality recordings. I often see people getting samples from different sample packs that just don't sound good. Now the problem with that is you probably don't know they don't sound good because you haven't trained your ears. A lot of people will try to use the old car trick to take their mixes into the car. The reason that they do this is because they're taking the music out of their listening environment and moving it into another one. So I highly advise that you do that. You should have some little earbuds, maybe some computer speakers as references, maybe a home stereo system, because getting the music out of that listening environment, if you're working in an untreated environment, can help you perceive what problems there might be. So let's chat about the listening environment. If you're not working in a treated environment, you're probably having some coloration going on, which is then feeding into you not picking the right sounds because you might be hearing something that's different, or maybe you're boosting an EQ because you think there's not enough bass. There could be a lot of things going on, so you really need to analyze that. But overall, you need to trust your ears and use your judgment, and you will get better at picking better quality sounds over time. Okay, the second mistake I see beginning producers make is not understanding their tools. Most of the tools have never changed from a long time ago. You've got your EQ, your volume, your panning, your balancing, your dynamics and compression. A lot of this stuff has never changed, and you really need to understand what you're doing and how to use it to get quality productions. If you don't have an understanding of the tools, you need to study and learn so you can. Okay, the third mistake that I see is not having a basic understanding of music theory. It's not that important to have a full-blown knowledge of music theory, but a basic understanding can help. One of the problems that I see some beginning producers make is working out of key or just not understanding how music actually should work. You know, building tension and release, things like that. So I suggest you study that a little bit. There's a lot of tools out there nowadays that can help beginners kind of understand music theory or try to work in a certain parameter, like say, you know, this is the scale that you're in, working key. Now, you don't have to be this crazy professional. You know, I'm not the most technical when it comes to music theory, but my ears are very acute to hearing things in key. And that's the most important thing. But definitely try to fact check what you're trying to do or get a basic understanding of just music theory in general. So it will just make you that much better. I can't stress that. So ultimately, try to get a basic understanding of music theory. It's going to really improve your music production. Okay, the fourth mistake that I see beginning producers make is they spend too much time on one song. Seriously, you gotta move on. You're not gonna get good that way. You need to really make full arrangements and get good. Every time you make a whole song, all the tricks you learned from that one and all the skills you may not realize but you are learning will be applied to the next production. If you stay on one song for 2 months, you're not learning, you're just overdoing it, and you're probably making it sound worse. The best songs are the ones you don't have to think about. The ones that just come out and all of a sudden you're a lot further along than you expected. When you have those bursts of inspiration, you need to act on them. I personally don't like sitting on songs. I like to get them done and get moving on to the next one and get moving on to the next one. Because after listening to a song for so long, you get tired of it yourself. It may be fresh to someone else, but you personally are just sick of it, and that's not a good situation to be in. Okay, the fifth mistake that I see beginning producers make is you have too many plugins on one track. You should be picking the right sounds from the jump. And first of all, you know the old saying, you can't polish a turd. So if you find yourself putting 10, 20 plugins on a track, you're definitely doing something wrong. You probably need to go back to square one and find a new sound, or maybe layer the sound or do something else. EQ it differently, whatever it is. You can't just try to take something and add all these things just to make it better. That's not the way music production works. You should really have it right first and then enhance from there. So if you find yourself putting too many plugins on a track, take a step back and ask yourself, what am I doing here? Maybe you're counteracting one move you did 3 plugins before. Let's say you boost the bass and then 5 plugins later you cut that same frequency. Is that good? No, it's not. So, if you find yourself putting too many plugins on one track, take a step back, look at what you're doing, and figure out how you can do it in 1 or 2. Okay, the 6th mistake I see beginning producers make is they're not using reference tracks to compare their music to the pros. You should use reference tracks, and make sure that when you do use reference tracks, you level match them. I have a video on loudness deception that I recently just made, so I'll leave you a link up above. If you don't level match properly, you're automatically going to think that the mastered version is better. So level match the stuff and use reference tracks to make sure that the sound you're picking and what you're doing is up to par with professional grade music. And when you're ready to get your music mastered, be sure to contact me. I offer first-time clients 1 free stereo mastered sample, and you can find the link below to get that. Once you're ready, I can chat with you about some mix problems which I offer with mastering clients, and I like to build a relationship with my clients. This way, it helps you improve your music production skills, and every master that you do with me or mix down that you do with me, you're learning and you're getting better along the way. A lot of my clients can attest that's one of the favorite things they enjoy while working with me. So when you are ready, hit that link below. And that's 6 mistakes that I see beginning producers make. If you have any questions, shoot me a comment down below. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and the bell notification will keep you up to date. Once again, my name is Freddie from Distinct Mastering, and have a great day.